Entering team select screen. The New England Patriots, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's week 7 of the 2022 season. And up next, we'll get a look at Damien Harris. He was terrific a week ago, almost getting to 180 yards. It's the Pats and the Bears on Monday night.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Tonight we close out Week 7 with a good Monday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And last week's win was indicative of how good this team can be. It was a complete performance.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff now.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his 2nd season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions, and especially just beat them man for man. That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
They run with a 4th-year man. This is Damien Harris. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now Jones. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And that nearly an interception here on his opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Jones. And that is incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on fourth down. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. Here come the Bears, and at the helm is someone that they have a lot of hopes for leading this franchise. The 11th pick in 2021 out of Ohio State, Justin Fields.
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL in passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down, so this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
Entering play punt plan. There are 8 player. There are 8 formation. There are play type. There are 8 option. Option. Red option. Shovel option. Red option.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's not going anywhere to start tonight. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
To throw is Fields.
The
Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Devon Godshaw getting in there and dropping it.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Entering plate, Y stick. Quick slants. Play type, run. Pass. Option is set to Hail Mary 3 play. Hail, goal post.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin.
Triangle button.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Jones. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Jones. Hunter Henry brings it in. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Off the play fake. Jones. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
We'll see if they do that.
Squeeze block. Return left.
The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
R2
35 yards that time on the punt, and it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one.
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery.
And he'll take this down to the 33.
The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
Zone split WK.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take this down close to the 1st as he's brought down at the Patriots' 27. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play, AHD blunt dive.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Entering franchise, instant, call to, challenge, stats, coaching. Pop, medical center is selected. Entering, player name Arquin. Player name L. Patrick. Position C. Injury type chest. Injury length TBD. Injury length out for game. Injury type ACL sprain. Position Ray. Player name Arquin. Player name T. Dozier. Position LG. Injury type fractured kneecap. Injury length placed on error. Entering franchise screen, you having options. Resume is selected.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 30 options. FD dive is selected. On plan, there are player. There are 8 category. Formation, there are play type. There are 8 option. RP, special pass, run, pass, quick pass. There are Y stick. Cross button.
They snap it to Fields.
Cross button. R1 button. Cross button.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs.
Now, you know I don't often have sympathy for quarterbacks, but in this situation, I don't know what else he could do. 4th down, so he can't just throw the ball away. He's got to find a way to try and make a play, but the pressure ended up getting to him.
Pressure got to him. Really big sack and a turnover here on downs.
New England trying to get a place on offense. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I could dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jake Bailey now.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Taking it about the 36. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10.
Special, RP, option, run, pass. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to play action pass. Play action, pass, boot slide, wide drag wheel.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Montgomery.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Montgomery, another targeted catch. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Counter, AHB counter double catch. Outside hand, inside handoff. AHB blunt dive, zone weak. AHB dive. AHB zone WK.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Entering play call inside.
There's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Triangle button.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Entering play call, quick pass, play, run. Inside, AHB blunt dive. Zone weak. And around leg. AHB zone WK. AHB sling.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by the defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball, then limit that gain.
Play action pass 50. Play action. Pass sprint HB flat. Putty. Pass sprint HB flat. Pa flood. Pa X post cross.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Off play action, Fields.
R1 button.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call. Pa sprint HB flat. Pa boot slide. Pa wide drag wheel. Pa end around. Pa wide cross.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Circle button. Triangle button.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Padu. Pazzy did. Passail. Pa end around sift. Pa jet sweep. Padu LT.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Play action. It's Fields.
Circle button. Square button. Square button.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Touchdown Bears! Terry McLaurin, his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Bears put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
New England's offense set to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. How about Jonathan Allen there pushing upfield to make the stop behind the line?
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Jones. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man is Kendrick Bourne. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Off play action. Jones. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
On is Jake Bailey to send this one away.
Fielded at the 20.
R2 button.
A very good return that time. 18 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive.
That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late.
Run, pass. Hail Mary, there are 6 goal post. Plate, option is set to standard pass 22. Option is set to play action pass 5th. Screen, AHD slip screen. Empty and AHD swing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Square button.
Fields now to throw. Pass complete to Pierce.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Play action pass 58 plays. Play action, pass sprint HD flip, covered slide, wide drag reel.
2nd and 9. One play action. Fields. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Triangle button.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he will have the Bears first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Entering play call, sprint HD, teasing. Play, run, pass. Option is set to shotgun pass 9. Option is set to quick pass 11. Option is set to Hail Mary 3 play. Option is set to screen pass 12 plays. Screen, AHD slip screen. AHD slip screen. AHD slip screen. R1 button. R1 button.
Throwing again is Fields.
R1 button.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Henry Anderson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, yet they rank dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
AHD slip screen. Hail Mary. Screen pass. Play action pass.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. That's caught by Montgomery. So the completion good for 7 there. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Enter screen pass.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. 3rd and long. It's Fields. He'll buy some time right. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this one will be touchdown right at the 30-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Jonathan Allen able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys,
can I
get a little help here? And you have to ask politely, because remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
To try again after the sack, Jones. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 23. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They were 7-point winners a week ago, and they lead by 7 here as well as they start out 1st and 10.
Outside hand, inside hand, QB run, inside handoff, AHB blunt dive, zone weak.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Inside handoff.
Nice chunk of yards at first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Option is set to play action pass 58. Play action, pass sprint HB, paw boot slide, paw X post cross.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Fields.
R1 button.
Caught by Montgomery. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards and a Chicago first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Entering play call, play action pass, play type, run. Counter, AHP counter W, pitch. Outside hand, inside handoff.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A give. This is Montgomery. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Triangle button. R1 button.
From the 50, here's Fields. And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Carl Davis able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Entering play call, play type, run, pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to screen pass. Option is set to Hail Mary 3. Option is set to play action pass 5th. Play pass, paw boot slide, paw X post cross.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Formation, play type, special, pass, run, pass, play action, pass, paw boot slide, paw X post cross.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Coach suggestions.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll run again with Harris. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
There are 6 categories.
Jones on 1st down. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Jonathan Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. 2 yards on the pickup there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
There are 6 categories.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. This is taken at the 18. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. So here are the Bears to take over on offense.
They picked up the win last week over the Washington Commanders and are in a good spot to earn another one as they start this next series.
Auction is set to screen pass 12 plays. Auction is set to play action pass 5. Play action pass. Pass sprint H. Boot slide. Wide drag wheel.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Fields.
Triangle button.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again on 2nd down.
Fields.
And he finds Montgomery complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears 1st down.
But they've certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
On first down, it's Fields.
Triangle button.
The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Entering play. Sprint. Flood. Expose cross.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Back to throw. Fields.
R1 button.
Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. There's a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd learned to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
Outside hand, inside handoff. AHB blunt dive. Zone weak.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Slide. Expose cross.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Cross button.
Now Fields.
R1 button.
That's going to be complete on the sideline, but that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the 1st down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
Square button.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
Sprint HB. Powered slide. Power drag wheel. Power end around. Power cross.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the 2nd quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here.
Cross button.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Triangle button.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Run. Option is set to outside handoff. Option is set to inside handoff 50 plate. Inside hand. AHB blunt dive. Cross button.
And off comes to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Entering play call. Play type. Option. Run. Pass. Option is set to Hail Mary free plays. Option is set to screen pass. Option is set to play action pass 58. Play action. Pass sprint HP flat. Boot slide. Wide drag wheel. Convex wided.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Cross button.
A play fake, now Fields
Circle
to throw.
Button. Circle button.
This is
Circle
caught.
button.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
AHB blunt dive.
Montgomery. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Entering play call. Inside. Play type. There. Option. Run. Pass. Option is set to standard pass 22. Option is set to quick pass 11 plays. Quick pass. Y stick.
Back at the 5-yard line now. 2nd and goal.
Cross button.
To throw is Fields.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Cole Kmet. A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Bears go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Attempt is selected.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game.
Entering play call. Special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Very short kick taken right at the 20.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
New England's offense set to go.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yes, you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At about the 32. Harris starts the drive on the ground.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
There are 6 categories.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing Jones. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to play action pass sprint HD conduit slide. X post cross.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Cross button.
Off play action. Fields.
R1 button.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Entering play. Sprint HD. Conduit slide. Wide drag wheel.
Play action. It's Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on, you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
He finds his man, complete. It's Montgomery. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Entering play call. Play action pass. There are 6 pass sprint. Conduit slide. Wide drag wheel.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Over the middle. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
The previous play is under review.
Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Entering play call, play type, there are 8 categories, there are 6 subcategories.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Play action, pass sprint HB, conduit slide.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Lamar Jackson, a very good performance as his guys run the record now to 5-2. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were winners in their ball game as they were able to handle the visiting New York Jets. Montreal, Washington, leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Alvin Kamara, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And they've had all sorts of success thus far tonight throwing the football, as they're on pace to throw for 300-plus yards if things continue the way they've been going. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Our 2 teams making their final preparations for the second half. And as they do, we send it back out to Foxborough, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Defend medium pass.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
Return left.
Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
R2 button.
And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They got the victory last week. That was against Washington, and now they lead this ball game as well. Set to go here, 1st and 10.
Pass. Option is set to shotgun pass now. Option is set to standard pass. Option is set to quick pass 11. Option is set to Hail Mary free play. Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to play action pass 5. Play action. Power drag wheel. Cross button.
Now it's Fields.
Triangle button. Square button.
This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Run. Counter. AHB counter WK. Pitch. Outside handoff. Inside handoff. AHB blunt dive. Zone weak.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Cross button.
On the ground,
R2
it's Montgomery.
R2 button.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery.
R2 button.
Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cross button.
They run Montgomery. This will be
button.
stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Zone weak.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Cross button.
Montgomery.
R2 button.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
An injury cost Montgomery 4 games early in the year, which kept him from repeating his 1,000-yard season from the previous one. He still reached over 800 yards and caught another 42 passes and is firmly entrenched as the Bears' top backfield option for his 4th season.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now a run with Montgomery. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Malik Harrison on the tackle.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Cross button.
Now Montgomery. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Option is set to play action pass 50. Play action pass print HB flood. X post cross.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Cross button.
One play action. Fields.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 35-yard. Punt plan. There are 8. Player. There are 8. Formation. There are 8. Play type. There are run. Pass. Play action. Pass. Pa boot slide. Pa expose cross. Cross button.
On 4th down, Fields.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button. Circle button. R1 button. R1 button.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Now Jones. He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give. Running left is Harris. He'll take it inside the 25.
Play call. Coach
well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 8 coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Jonathan Allen, make that now 4 sacks for him in tonight's ball game. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Folk's kick is good. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Option is set to play action pass 50. Play action, pass sprint H, pondered slide, how wide drag wheel. A convex wided.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Cross button.
Fields now to throw.
Triangle button. Cross button.
Got his man complete over the middle.
Button.
That's Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Entering play call, pass sprint H, pondered slide, how wide drag wheel, deep curl.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
Triangle button.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And not his best effort there, as this one's going to be spotted down just outside of the 40-yard line. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got some space here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Devontae Parker, a 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. On that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Nick Folk for the point after. And he puts it through. They're within 3. It's 13-10. 1 play, 2 plays, touchdown. That's all it took there. A very short and sweet drive that got him in the end zone.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to play action pass 5. Play action pass sprint H. Pa boot slot. Pa wide drag wheel. Pa wide drag wheel.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button.
He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss. And they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Convex wided. Pa and around. Pa my cross.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here's Fields.
Triangle button.
And this is going to be caught along the sideline. Nicely done, but right at the line of scrimmage. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 9 yards that time.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Entering play call. Pa sprint H. Pa boot slot. Pa wide drag wheel. Pa wide drag wheel. Pa keep curl. Pa wide cross. Pa keep curl.
on first down, it's Fields.
Square button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
And he goes down. It's a Patriots sack. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Entering play clock. Sprint HB flat. Flood. Congress direction. Conquer LT. Conquer slide. Conquer LT.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Cross button.
Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And he goes out right around the 39. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Run. Pass. Option is set to shotgun pass 97. Option is set to standard pass 12. Option is set to quick pass 11. Option is set to Hail Mary free play. Hail Mary goal post.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Triangle
now on
button.
3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Triangle button.
Slings this deep for McLaurin.
Triangle button.
And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
There are 6 categories.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
They run again with Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
He was brought down by Joe Thomas.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up.
Off the play fake, Jones. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
There are 6 categories.
The offense on third down tonight, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They hand this off to Harris. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. On the give, this is Harris. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. To throw on 3rd down, Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Harris. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it. But it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So here's Nick Folk in an important spot. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder.
Folk's kick is good.
And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter.
FP run. There are 7 categories. Play type, option, run, pass. Option is set to standard pass 22. Option is set to quick pass 11. Play, quick pass, Y stick.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
Fields. Throw right side of the tight end, O'Shaughnessy.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
How about the timing on that one? Boy, they were in sync, weren't they? 3-step drop, balls out of his hands, right to the tight end. Nice completion, just like they do it in practice.
Option is set to screen pass 12. Option is set to play action pass 5. Play action. Pass sprint HB flat. Pa boot slide. Pa X post cross. Cross button.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Entering play call, play action pass. There are 6 categories. Pa sprint HB, pa boot slide, pa X post cross, pa boot LT.
Now Fields.
R1 button.
Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Option is set to outside handoff. Option is set to inside handoff 50. Inside HB blunt dive. Zone weak.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Going up the gut, Montgomery. To the 43, second down.
Entering play.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Look pass, error, Y stick. Play tight, run. Pass. Option is set to Hail Mary free play. Option is set to screen pass well. Option is set to play action pass 5. Play action, pass sprint HB flat.
A play fake, now Fields to throw.
R1 button. R1 button.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Malik Harrison came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Entering play call, pa sprint H, pa boot slot, pa wide drag wheel.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Cross button.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Square button.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Conta selected.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. New England trying to get a place on offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. Throwing Jones. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game. And let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run with Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough.
And during play call, coach suggestions, there are 6 categories.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10.
He'll let this go deep for Bourne.
And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3 and out.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And taken right on the 30. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
Option is set to QB round 1 play. Option is set to inside handoff 50. Inside AHD blunt dive. Zone weak.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 38. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
94 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game. Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Option is set to screen pass well. Option is set to play action pass. Play X post cross.
8 yards to go on 2nd down.
Cross button.
Off play action. Fields.
R1 button.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
X post cross. A convex wided. Podgy curl. My cross.
To throw is Fields.
R1 button, circle button, triangle button, square button, triangle button.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis.
Entering play call, play action pass, there's play, run, counter, there, AHP counter WK, pitch. Outside hand, inside handoff, AHB block zone weak.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Montgomery back to the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Call, inside, AHB blunt dive, 24 zone open.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Montgomery.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Categories, we have 50 actions, 24 zone open selected.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering play, AHB blunt dive, outside handoff, play type, option, run, pass. Standard pass, corner stops. Play type, formation, there are 8 categories. Play type, there, run, pass. Standard pass, there, quick pass. Hail Mary, screen pass, play action pass.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal?
Cross button.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Bears have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now the point after try for Santos. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
And it was all capped off by Cole Komet with a touchdown catch.
Call, special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Another go-around now for the Patriot offense. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Jones and the Pats now with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. They'll start the drive with Harris, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's another carry for Harris. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Back to throw. Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This is Harris. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Jones now to throw on 3rd down. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Cross button.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring it up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
R1 button.
Back to throw. Fields.
R1 button. R1 button.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Dietrich Wise Jr., his second sack of the night.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8
fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at a fourth down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt. Certainly not what he wanted. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. So now Jones and the Patriots down 20-13. A minute 55 remaining. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. There's Henry. Touchdown, Patriots. Hunter Henry. 27 yards. And the Patriots are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now Folk for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a New England touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5.
R1 button.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Onto the field now come the Bears. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
All eyes on Fields.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He's got Mooney. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good pickup there, a 22. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Entering play call. Sprint HB flat. Boot slide. Kawai drag wheel. Kawai drag wheel. Conkeep curl. Post dig. Kabu. Post dig.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
Circle button. Square button.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Entering play call. Sprint HD. Boot slide. Kawai drag wheel.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. Fields.
Circle button.
Over the middle, complete. It's Montgomery. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Now Fields.
Triangle button.
Sliding out of the pocket. Caught here by Griffin. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Entering play call. Sprint HD. Boot slide. Kawai drag wheel. Kawai drag wheel. Conkeep curl. Post dig.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, Fields.
Square button. Square button.
He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Entering play call. Sprint HD. Boot slide. Kawai drag wheel. Convex wide. Conkeep curl. Kawai cross.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Play action. It's Fields.
Circle button. Circle button. Circle button.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock.
Ball, play action pass Bears. Sprint HD. Boot slide. Expose cross.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields.
Square button.
And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Expose cross.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Square button.
And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown. Forget overtime. They're going to win the football game right now.
And that score in this time frame, that's like a big reveal at the end of a great movie, isn't it? Out of nowhere, almost, it appears. They get it done. How about that score?
The finishes like this is why we love sports. This is why we love the game of football.
So glad that we got to be here to watch this one.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. That again
Santos now to add the PAT. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And finishing it all off
Entering
was Darnell
play
Mooney
call,
with a touchdown
special teams.
reception.
You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped
Entering
just shy of the 30-yard line.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Chicago, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they dropped just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets.